Alright, quick update on Strong. So today it looks like we're finally putting in our first bit of bullish momentum since I started covering Strong, and basically since the all-time high. In my opinion, if you were going to DCA into Strong, obviously not financial advice, the chart down here at 139 looks a lot better than it has, obviously since we started cliff diving all the way at 1,200. Now, I've been sitting on the sideline and been, fairly bearish on Strong since I started covering this at 272. We've basically been putting in, bearish pennant, breakdown, bear flag, breakdown, and obviously I highlighted there's multiple bear flags and bearish pennants since the all-time high, and they all had 100% breakdown. Without exception, they all broke down, but we finally had our first bearish pennant, which actually hasn't broken down. We're getting some nice volume coming in, and I mean, looking at this, even on the daily time frame, the RSI and the MFI have bounced, or especially the MFI has headed up very nicely, but we're still so, I don't want to say undervalued, because I don't believe that Strong is undervalued at all, but at least in terms of the RSI and the MFI, it does have a lot of room to potentially have a big face rip coming in the next couple of days. Now, yesterday's video, I highlighted how on the new Stronger token is going to be minted, or it has already been minted, but we should have it coming out fully on the 5th of April. So we put this vertical line here. We've also been talking about the scenario of this inverse head and shoulders, because when we started making videos all the way up here, I'm not going to go through why we have price targets down here because it is kind of irrelevant now. We had price targets between 77 and 70. We came all the way down to basically 100, 106, 105, whatever it was. And we didn't quite fulfill the target, but now I am going to remove the possibility of this inverse head and shoulders playing out, because even if we do drop like a rock, I've never seen an inverse head and shoulders like that. I mean, it isn't really a thing. It's not going to work out. So even if we do start heading down, which I don't think we will, because I think bullish momentum is going to start coming in for Strong due to this new Stronger token minting. Now, I do personally think that if we do get the Stronger token and it comes out on the 5th of April, obviously I'm charting Strong right now on KuCoin. I think the only other place you can get this is Poloniex, or at least looking on TradingView, these are the two major charts. So you can get Strong on KuCoin and Poloniex, the main one being KuCoin. I think if Stronger gets minted and gets put on KuCoin, I think a lot of people are going to enter Stronger, and then subsequently they might check out Strong. But either way, I do think Stronger is going to be a better play if it is a token that you can buy and sell, and obviously that would be my theory. It wouldn't really make sense to me why they'd be minting the Stronger token if you can't, exchange it for USD. Maybe there'll be some caveat, but I imagine this will be listed on KuCoin. So obviously we are breaking out, even if you kind of draw this as a bear flag. I mean, you can draw this a million and one different ways, but I think the bearish pennant best defined the downtrend before, and like I said, it looks like we're finally heading out of this bearish pennant. So I'm still sitting on the sidelines. I'm keeping an eye on this neckline up here at 190. Now, I personally don't really like to consider what we're doing right now a W pattern, simply because, I mean, technically this is a W pattern if you want to draw it from the wick down here, because if you draw it on the wicks, it is a perfect W, even though this W part is a little bit lanky and a bit weird, but nonetheless I prefer to draw W's from the candle body closes, and you can see candle body close is up here at 120, and then we've got candle body closes down here at 114. So in my opinion, I'm not really going to be focusing on this as a W pattern. I'm not going to be talking about the price target of this W pattern, because I don't think it's going to be relevant. I don't think it's going to come into play. Nonetheless, I think Strong is starting to look a little bit healthier now. I would just be slightly cautious until we do break the neckline at 190. Obviously, I'm a slight cautious trader. I'd like to play from a position of strength. I like to buy breakouts with nice price targets. For example, if we did break above, let's see, if we break above, I'd say 190. We do also have breakdown targets down here at 180. I'm going to move this up and focus on basically where we broke down from this bearish pennant. I think if we are able to head strongly above 190, then this is where I personally plan on entering a trade. Now, this is still a little ways away, so I'm not necessarily worried about missing out on the first 36% of the pump coming for strong if this does happen, because, you know, I've been making videos on this since $272, and we've basically done a nosedive from then. So even if I buy the breakout of 190, you know, I'm still buying at 30% cheaper than the people who are buying up here, and I'm buying a lot cheaper, or if you're buying as well at 190, you're getting a hell of a discount from the all-time high. So if you believe in this project, if you believe in this trade, either way, you're getting an 86% discount from the all-time high. So I think 190 is really a key area that we need to keep our eyes on. Another word of caution is, you know, previously, if we look at this in the past month of data, we haven't managed to put in more than 3 days worth of green candles without on the 4th day falling off the table. So this is going to be good, because coming on the 5th of April, I mean, you can see if we have another green candle coming tomorrow on the 4th, that would be 4 days, and then the stronger token is meant to be minted on the 5th. So if we're still pushing up on the 5th, if we're just below 190, I might consider entering a trade, but nonetheless, I think I'm going to have my eyes on stronger. I think stronger is going to be a nice breath of fresh air, because, you know, we've been bearish on this since 272, and it's pretty boring coming on here every single day saying, you know, the strong chart looks like dog shit, but at least today it's starting to look a little bit better. You know, like I said, I really wouldn't put too much emphasis on this being a W pattern. Nonetheless, it can still play out. It is very valid. The neckline of it would be anywhere between 167 and 173. Personally, for me, you know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a break of the 190. If we do hop above 190, I imagine, because the strong market cap is dirt cheap, like, you know, I'm not worried about waiting for a breakout, because the market cap of this, I can't remember what it was the last time I checked it. If you know the market cap, leave a comment below. Not that it's too important. All that I know it is a very, very cheap market cap, and that's all that matters, really. The first breakout trade that I would be making from the 190, we have a move up to the 786 Fibonacci if we draw our fib from the low to the high. Now, do bear in mind, if you're looking at this fib and you're wondering why is this fib all the way down here at, you know, $14 or $16, I believe, when the chart starts up here at 55, I gave strong the benefit of the doubt, and I drew all the way down to 16, because I believe if you go on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, you can see before this was listed on major exchanges, the actual low, the lowest we went, was $16. So I have this all the way down here to $16. Nonetheless, you can draw it from here if you want. 786 is a bit further up at $304, but I will personally be targeting $274 as the next breakup level after we do head above 190. I will be taking some profit at this region. Now we're going to need to move this over because or get rid of this, really, because this was based on if we broke out before. We also have a big descending trend line since the all-time high. We've got one major touch point, two major touch points, so I wouldn't put too much emphasis on it because it has 2 touch points, but nonetheless I imagine this will be a strong area of resistance as well. If we're able to flip both the 786 Fibonacci coming into confluence, like for example if we broke up in the next couple of days, this 270 region and this descending trend line is going to be a major area of resistance. I think once we flip 272, I'd be tempted to enter another trade, because I think if we draw all the way up to the 618 Fibonacci, $470, so once again another awesome trade that we would have coming for strong. If we took a break out of that, we've also got the 200-day moving average just above 511, so both of them would be very, very nice. You can see a 72% trade, and approximately, because this is going to change every day, it's the 200-day moving average, approximately about an 85% trade. So all I've really got to say about strong is it's starting to look good. I don't really want to call this a W pattern. Nonetheless, it is very valid. We are starting to head up. It is I would prefer to call this a double bottom. We've got a bottom here, we've got a bottom here, and we've started to head up. So look, nothing's really changed in the macro term. Your moon line is still 190. If you've watched my past, you know, few videos in the past month or so of strong, you know that I've just been saying 190 is your moon line. I've been saying this the whole time. Nothing has changed in that respect. It's just the short term we're starting to head up. We've broken out of this, the bear flag, bearish pennant, whatever you want to call it. We're having some nice volume coming in, but do bear in mind I am still being cautious. I'm waiting for a break above 190 because you can see we've done this before. We've had 2-day bounces, 3-day bounces, and then fallen off the table. So I do think Strong is going to pump once the Stronger token does get fully minted, once it does fully release. But I mean, as a rule of thumb, it looks very healthy right now. In the very short term, it still looks like dog shit in the macro term. Nothing has changed, but I do believe that we could be getting ready for this break of 190, and then, you know, I won't be saying the chart looks dog shit once we've broken 190. I think it will look very nice once we have broken 190. Until that happens, nothing's changed, and I'm sitting on the sidelines. So that's all I see for Strong. I think when we get to do analysis on Stronger, it's going to be a breath of fresh air. I think the market cap's going to be a lot lower. It's going to have a lot more potential. A lot of new people are going to see it on KuCoin or Poloniex if it does get listed. And yeah, all in all, I think Stronger is going to be a breath of fresh air. I think it's going to be nice that we could potentially be finally switching up our bearish stance on this to a bullish stance. So you know my stance. I'm sitting on the sidelines. Once 190 is broken, I'll give you an update, and I will be letting you know if I'm entering a trade. So that is all I see for Strong. Best of luck if you're holding Strong. Best of luck if you're planning on getting in Stronger. And yeah, none of this is financial advice. Cowboy out. Peace.